I hope people will join soon. We'll start up with their classes so that we'll not get disturbed because of others. Okay. So try to be in time if possible by 7 o'clock. See, people start joining now. Yeah. Okay. That's great. Most and one Pradeep is missed out, and another guy, new one. May I know whose number is this? Wait, I asked something. 8600565005. Whose number is this? I think new guy is added to this. Nikhil, okay. Who is Stranger24? I know Ranjit's number, Nikhil's number. And who is 95615539887?
Vaibhav.
Vaibhav, it's you. Okay, guys. So I'll save it accordingly. That's the reason. And who is 913173023118?
Atul sir, me.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Atul. Vaibhav got it. And I am not getting who is 86005 and 65005. He may be Pradeep. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now, 5 members added. Out of them, 4 members have joined. It's okay. We'll start up with the class. If anything is there, they will join according to the requirement. Actually, 2 more guys needs to be joined. Till yesterday we have discussed what is SOC and how SOC looks like, and what are the major things we should be taken care towards SOC management and all. So today's topic is what is log and log management. Okay. So basically, what is log? In fact, is log is the smallest one, or is there anything is less than below? Can anyone say?
Log is a collection of information and data that we are getting from the different devices.
Okay. What is log basically?
Log.
Okay, what you are saying is very right. I am accepting. People can also share their views. What is log basically? Is there any particle less than that is available? Or is there anything greater than is we can talk later, so many things there are available. So what is log? Is there anything below this available? Basically, what is log? Just I want.
Daily activities report.
Okay, activity report. Got it. You are exactly at what you are saying. But what is activity report? So basically it's okay. I'll explain what is log. Log is a mechanism basically. Log is a mechanism. It has a wide of variety of information on system, any system, that may be any network or maybe anything that occurs. So if any event occurs with respect to any activity, that will be captured by some activity. That mechanism is called log. The smallest part of the entire log management is called event. Okay, if something is happened in your system, see, you are logging in, you are changing your credential, you are logging out, you are shutting down, you are restarting, you are updating, everything is an event. If I'm rotating like this mouse, it is something, it is happening behind it. So if you may or may not be enable the process of collecting this log, but there may be a chance. Okay, I'm not quoting that is the exactly way. If you are closing, or you can say if you are changing the slide also, now you can put it as a log. So you can say you can capture this as a log. Okay. So what is the basic meaning of log? Log is a mechanism. It contains variety of information on event occurring within your system or your network. Got it? So log is a mechanism where entire events will be stored. What is event? Event is something you have done, or you can say some activity you have taken place. That activity will be captured. That captured activity is called event. That entire group of events is called log. Got it? So if you go and see, in our case, we'll go to event viewer. See, there is something called Windows logs. So what is this application? Security, startup, and system, and forwarding event. So forwarding event means you are sending some to someone, okay? Let it be anything, okay? What is application event? Application is nothing other than what are the, see, this particular OS is a combination of multiple applications. It's a combination of, see, there's a calculator available, there is a Internet Explorer available, there is a command prompt available, there is some program file. Whatever activity in your program files, if you see in your system, see in Windows, there is a system32 is there. There are so many binaries that are available over here. See, if you see, these are the applications. See, application is audit policy and acceleration, search. See, there are so many applications. The installing and uninstalling of this particular application and any changes in this particular application, not the activity, only changes in the application will store in application logs. And security log contains both audit information, you can say this is audit information, as well as security event. See, security auditing. What is meant by security auditing? That may be anyone's approachability towards your system, any configuration changes in your that particular personal activity, and you are shutting down, setting up, and all these things. Setup log. What is meant by setup log? Setup log contains all update information. Okay, what are the things that you are updating? Your KB changes and your KB deleted, your KB supersedes, all those information that will be shown in your setup. And this is something called system again. So this is where the entire service changes, any changes to your services. DCOM service changes, EVLAN Express service got either disconnect or interconnected, kernel power, see, power source change, DNS client event. See, these are the services. Application has all internal applications. Security is what activity of a user, I can say computer activity, that is shutdown, say all you can say user creation, user deletion. So over and above your OS. And setup is related to all update information, all update information. Most probably it used to have only information data, and according to me it used to have only information data. And in this particular system you will get all services data. Okay, so you can get all this information. See, there are some, again it is showing something called error, warning, information, and critical. So if you go and see on an event viewer local, you will get the log level. If you see, there are basically critical, error, warning, and information. These are the 4 types, and one is called audit success and audit failure. This is over and above after the security logs only. For information only, it is other part of, but it is an audit success, audit failure means it is a combination of security logs as well as audit logs. So that's the reason audit success and audit failure means you have done activity, you have not done activity, you have changed, you have created a user, that is an audit for this particular event viewer, or you can say this is MSC, this is Microsoft Security Event Standardization. So over here you will get all this data. And audit failure means any failure of your activity. So you are trying to log in, it is failure. You are trying to create a user, it is access denied, and found that you are not a eligible user to create another user. You are not an administrator, or you are trying to log on through remotely, but you don't have the remote administration privileges. So by that you can consider that is a failure. So all will have their respective, this is log levels. So in every way this is a common thing. Log level is error, critical, error, warning, and informational, and audit success and audit failure. This is a standardized, but the log format, if you consider this log format, see it is showing something like this. See, if you go inside in an XML view, if you see, this is the actual standard of this particular, see, this particular single event has this much of information. So it will give in this way only. So this is what called, this is friendly view, and this is XML view, and this is general view where you can get entire data. But if you go and see in your system and in a log format, it will give in a standard of around 4 to 5 lines, and it will give the same information whatever it is showing here. It is showing like it only, subject user SID, and it will give, and subject username is something like this only. But we will see how the MSC event logs looks like. Okay, so this is the standard of generic Microsoft event. Okay, so we have understood what is a log, what is the type of log. See, log levels. So we have seen log levels. One is critical, second is warn, third is you can say error, and fourth is informational, and fifth and sixth, that is optional, that is audit failure and audit success. That sometimes it may shown in your OS level only. This is why, because it is related to OS level, then only it comes audit failure and audit success, else it will not show. So this is the log level. So what are the different formats that are available? So in your log, what are the different formats that are available? So there are so many kinds of log formats available. Example JSON, example LEEF, that is log extended event format, and one is Java, that is JavaScript object notation, that is JSON, and there are MSC format, that is Microsoft Security Event format, which you have seen right now. We will see how the LEEF and JSON format looks like, and there is something called W3C format for exclusively for web-based logs. So if there is a web hosting server is there for IaaS and all, or you can say Exchange, there used to be a W3C log format used to be there. Even often it shows get and post method over there. And there is something called syslog format. These are the major log format. Other than this, there are so many n number of formats available. How a log looks like, we need to understand. As if you are being a log analyzer, you have to know what is a log format. By seeing that log, you can come to know that this is a LEEF format, this is a JSON format, this is a MSC format, this is a W3 format, or this is a syslog format. You by look you should come to know. Okay. And second thing is, what is the security log management? Okay, if you go and see what are the basic security logs. So security software. So anyone can say what are the security softwares are available in not in cyber security world. Security software, something like, you can come out with your own ideas, no issue. Security
Antiviruses?
logs, yeah, anti-malware logs, antivirus logs, IDS log, IPS log, remote access software, that is VPN and SSL based logs, web proxy logs, firewall logs. Oh, sorry, someone wants to join again. Yeah, he's somewhat delay. See, firewall logs, authentication servers, that is OpenLDAP, Radius. These are also security software based. Okay, and as we have seen, there is something called NetQ logs. Can anyone say NetQ logs? What is NetQ?
No.
Like a network traffic?
Nothing, sorry. NetQ logs is something like network quarantine logs. See, there used to be some servers, they used to provide if there is a network quarantine happens. See, there used to be something like, for example, if I take NPS, network policy server. Any idea? For checking of complaints, Forescout. Any idea? See, for every organization, they used to have their compliance check before entering the system into your organization network. So they used to have the mandatory patches, or you can consider that it should be in your domain. Then only you will get the IP address. Else you will get some guest VLAN or abandoned VLAN where your data will, your system will be enter accepted, but network you will not get. That is called network quarantine. See, health agent, something should be there in your system which will take the lead before entering your organization. Before getting your DHCP, there used to be something like force code compliance, and see, this is not mandatory force code. There is a compliance server used to be there where it will check entire the compliances, something like patch management, something like antivirus management, whether antivirus logs are fully fulfilled, and this particular your patch is your system is fully patched, and whether your system is in your domain or work group. If it is work group, it will not provide the network. So this is one kind of compliance checks. So they used to have their own organizational policies. See, you should have this version. See, Firefox version 84 and above, then only your system will be joined in your network. Else it will be quarantined and it will be thrown into some guest VLAN, and provided it always shown some alert that you are in guest VLAN and your network has been quarantined due to so and so and so not compliance. Please make your system compliance to get it server. You provide the services something like network. So this is what called NetQ servers. And sometimes see, antivirus itself, antivirus server, or you can say server management through client management, they can push network NetQ policies on your system to make your system quarantined from other. Why? Because sometimes if your system get infected, suddenly they want to stop your network activity and make your system isolate. How can they do that? There is a possibility of throwing some NetQ firewall on your system and make your system isolate from your network. However, you will get some basic services, something like patch management, antivirus management, all these servers. So like there used to be some NetQ and compliance servers where the logs may be provided. This is also called as security softwares. Okay, operating systems. So operating system we have seen already. Application, system, we have seen right now. We have seen. I think you people have forget right away. See, there are in application,
application
security,
security.
system, setup
Log.
and what are the log levels? We have seen all 6 log levels. Something like
Critical error.
yeah. Is my voice weak?
No?
No.
Too weak or okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I think Pradeep, please check your volume. Please boost your volume. Something like please.
Yesterday it was okay, but today it is bit weak.
Still, it is like that only.
Yes, means I'm trying to listen over the speaker. I still increased it to the maximum level, but still, yesterday it was somewhat good. Okay, no problem. Continue.
See, why? Because other guys getting very smoothly.
Okay.
Please don't mind. I don't think these are new earphones first of all, and it is totally Bluetooth headed. So
Okay,
I
no
don't
problem.
think there is a problem with the system. Okay, we'll see if at all any problem is there. I'll take care of this. One doubt. Okay, I'm doing the recording. It's okay. If at all is there, just you can go into my recordings. Don't mind, please.
No problem. No
Okay.
problem. Continue.
So operating system, we have seen some set of four different kinds of operating logs, and other than that, there are so many logs. See, if you are installing some services, something like AD, DNS, and all, so they will also consider the operating based logs only, and but it is showing as serviceless logs. And there is something called application of applications. What are the applications that you can understand? What are the applications? So applications are something like your internal application, web-based applications. You can say account information, something like some people wants to send the successful and login failures of your application logins. Okay, and significant operational action, something like graceful shutdown of your applications or sudden application errors. And some activity of there is a database input and export, the data may be there, so those data will be logged. Okay, what is the usefulness of logs? So okay, before having some of these experience, so we'll see some logs, how it looks like. Okay, See, if you go and see, there are older logs, very quite older logs, but it's okay. So there is a intrusion detection system. This is a SNMP trap, one standard. I did not tell you, but there are some LEF method, JSON method, MSC format, W3 format, SNMP trap format, and syslog format. Okay. So the personal firewall, it is showing it is something like system firewall, or syslog format you can say. So these are the older syslog formats, something like, see, this is some custom log format. See, there is no standardize of this, any of like this. See, it is nothing like this standard. See, it has some meaning. See, antivirus startup by this particular Kent user K, and the system is another user. So like that, there is no standard over here. It is something has its own, so which we need to be more careful. Like these logs, we need to understand properly. There may be a standard procedure, but we are not able to understand what is the meaning of this. So there are some conditions we have to be checked, what is the actual pattern of your log. See, if you see something like, see, success, this is MSC format, Microsoft system event format, event type security audit, we are getting very easily. This is event source is security, event category is one, that is informational, and this ID is even it is giving, but above, over and above, see, if you are not getting, there is no ID. See, there is no ID. Look, there is no ID look like. But over here, Microsoft is such a beautiful standardization. Every event has its own ID. Okay, and it has giving something like date, time, who is the user, and what is the computer, what is the description. What is the description? Description is something like audit log was cleared. So you can create a name on this name, audit log clear. So you can create a name, event name on this base, and you can give the description as same. So who is the primary user? System. What is the client user? Is a user K. Client domain is Kent, and this is the login ID, something hexa code. We need to check as a, you can say, whenever there is a incident occurs, we need to go look up more towards this kind of stuffs. So there is a meaning for 0x, 3f7, and 0.0, and 0.0 and 28BFT. There is a meaning basically. So we need to go and see what is the actual meaning of the, whether it is a remote based, or if it is a physical login, or whether it is a same domain login, or you can say other domain login. So it will give some information basically. So this is how Microsoft event looks like. If you go beyond this, see, this is something called application logs. See, this is some application which is hosting. See, here it is there by this particular system where the initiation was happened. There is a get event at this time. Get event means there is a only matter of in application. If it is a web based application, there will be only two conditions. Either it is a get condition or a post condition. Get is something you are getting, you are posting something like you are posting something. So your posting is see, if I logged into the system, if I am logged into Facebook, something like, see, this is my getting information. I'm whatever I'm clicking over here, it is now whatever data I'm importing, this is my username and password, something like, and now I'm pressing this one, that is the meaning of posting. There's a two conditions only, get and post. For login information, for basic application, web-based application. So you people might know all this data, but I'm still explaining what are the meaning of and all. See, there is some echo, what's the directory you are checking. So on this percentage only something space and all. So you are going to get this particular link with this particular version. HTTP 1.1 is the version of your browser, or you can say method. So this is how you are going to see the application. You will get a beautiful information, something like what is the source, whether it is a, see, some people used to say I have not even touched this particular see, something like this particular directory. If someone said it is a confidential directory, you should not touch by any of your this particular PL file. See, something like, see, AWS stats.pl. This file should not be touched by any administrator, administration user. So, but suddenly someone tries to hit this particular administration by some administrator, or you can say some administration user, And if you're asking some reason, so if you say I have not touched this file, you can show this log as yes, you have touched at this time, at this by your computer, this is your computer, and by this is the place where you have touched and all. You can take out and give the information to your organization and get them ask for proper justification and all. So you can do all these things. So this is how it looks like. Okay, what is the usefulness of log? First and foremost, so as we have seen, we used to collect every log. We understood that what is log, how logs looks like, and there are so many equipments that are available. See, if with respect to network, so we have seen some security operating and applications only. Other than that, there are network devices logs. There are so many. So there is endless. You can't imagine. See, there is a log which is not necessary. Basically, every log is necessary, but according to the organization requirement, we used to pull and push the logs towards your log analysis. What is the usefulness of logs? So usefulness is basically the early stage of log is defined to understand the errors of the particular either a OS or application or any system or any network. But actually they consider this log as a error solvable, you can say diagnostics based. So they thought that this log will give the information of only errors. What are the errors? That is maybe login in your application, if there is suddenly hang was happened, this is your system got hanged or your application got hanged, these logs will help you to take out the diagnosis error information to make your system diagnosed. You can say they can go for some diagnosis. Okay, so for that purpose only they have started. But once they have start digging the information, they are getting so much of information. Something like, see, they used to get some sophisticated information, something like user names, passwords, who are the users that has touched, what are the activity was by user, what kind of activity, how many times he was logged in, and they start getting so much of information. So once they understood that there is more than the diagnosis, you can say there is more than the you can say error finding. So they started using this particular logs with respect to security. So once this was taken into consideration, this log management takes into exist. Okay, sorry guys. And what are the basic things that can be helpful by using this logs? See, need of this log. See, the need for this log management is existent to make the system areas compliant. See, if you check the AD server or a DNS server or a DHCP or any local application, up status can be checked through this. Compliance status of particular application can be checked through this. This is by using some Federal Information Security Management Act, FISMA, you can say Graham-Bridge-Bailey, that is GLBA, or you can say Health Insurance Probability and Accountability Act, and all this. With respect to all this, they used to ask for some compliances to make your system ISO standardized, or you can say application should be ISO. If you are going for ISO standardization, they will ask these kind of compliances. So whether your system is not affected, how many days your system got up, what is the performance status of your system, that can be taken out through this log, which will help out to get the most of the information. So this is the main reason behind it, to make the log management as a need. Okay. There are some challenges to make the log management. Okay, to understand and to make the system compliant and make the you can say bring the log into the proper area, there are some challenges. First and foremost is log generation and storage. First and foremost, first log generation. So in a typical organization, many host OES security software and other application generate and store the logs. Okay, so many log sources is one of the gray area. So if you are thinking, if your organization is having more than 10,000 users and you are thinking that every person is sophisticated, then it is again a bitter challenge for you to handle all 10,000 users data and keep it and start analyzing those data. So if you start getting generated those many data and you need to store it somewhere, you need to process it, and you will get so much of meaningful information. So that is one of the issue. And there is inconsistency log content. See, as I told you, there are different OSs, there are different version of equipment, there are different version of systems, applications, everything. So everyone has their own standard of logging. See, something like I used to speak Telugu, you may speak Hindi, someone may speak Punjabi. So the methodology is different, but the approachability remains same. See, you are speaking hi and someone say namaste, but the approachability is really same. For example, I'm quoting some data as DDMMYY, that is 26 Jan 1920, or you can say 26 Jan 20, but all of a sudden some other guy came Jan 26 20. Both are same, but the thing is the inconsistency of in log content. So when someone say with respect to port, someone is using port 20 as a FTP, port 21 as a FTP, port 22 as a SSH, but someone used to use as only SSH, FTP, HTTP. Both are similar, but some of the logs using only port 20 and some of the logs only used by word, that is FTP or SSH or something. So this is one of the gray area. Once you are creating a law, some rule with respect to some port, it may not fix the FTP kind of logs. If you are creating a rule with on the basis of port 20, it may not fix as a when there is a log something like FTP activity was taken place. So it may not fix. Why? Because there is no port 20 was found. So this is one of the gray area. And inconsistency timestamps. So what does mean by inconsistency in timestamps? So your organization, for example, your organization having a branch in US and UK and something in Canada. They have their own time variations, but you are bringing those logs into one place and you start doing the rendering, and you are getting, you can say, event processing. But logs coming from Canada is having the different timestamp. Log coming from India is different. Log coming from America's timestamp is very much different. So you are bringing all those and you are manipulating, or you can say you are processing here and you are using some different timestamp over here. Something like, see, in my organization I am using the UTC 530 as my time server, but you are bringing the logs of Canada, which is 9-10 hours, or either you can say early, or you can say it's quite faster than us. So how can the log will be identified with respect to present time? So the log time will be variation. The time is having so much of variation. So either you need to calculate for each and everything, or you have to set up a new methodology to bring the logs and keep it somewhere here, and you process the log with respect to time, and it will be pushed to your either of the SIEM, or you can say security tool to get the better information. This is one challenge. Inconsistency log formats. I told you there is SNMP format, there is a XML format, there is a LEF, JSON. There are so many formats. So we need to be more cautious towards how the log formats looks like. If the log looks like, then what should be the mechanism to fix the logs? What are the properties we have to take in it? That's the reason this QRadar has a very beautiful product is called DSM, that is Device Support Module. What it will do, it will fix the, see, if you go back and see if this is an, oh sorry, if this is an information. So there is something called over here, this is a source, you can say this is a source, oh sorry, over here 192.168.1.167 is a source, and this is a source port, and this is a destination, and this is a destination port. For this format, you are picking this is for this SNMP trap UDP of this particular IDS will have a mechanism to pick up this source IP, source port, destination IP, destination port, and any other attempted information leak. This is as a classification, and they will get some of the other information. It is as a property. See, this is as a property, this is as a property, this is one property, this is one property, like that. This is a source property, source port property, destination property, destination port property, like that. Over here firewall, personal firewall having, see here it is giving net bias session, it is giving this source over here but in a different format. See, it is having bracket with name as well as port. Here it is giving only port, but you will pick up both the things now, source IP, source port, and port name. You can also pick. So for this DSM, this particular personal firewall DSM, this device support module having a different criteria of port name also. At the same point of time, it is an inbound TCP connection, and some remote address service is, and so and so, something like. See, there is a domain, on which domain it is there, and what is the service it is using, and all. Everything will be captured and picked by this particular DSM. So log production is another challenge. So you are getting some logs, from various you can say if you are collecting logs from some credit cards data, as one of our colleague is working in banking sector, they may get the information of credit card information, as well as you can say there is the information of usernames, and there may be chance of encrypted password, there may be chance of getting CVV in a plain code or a encrypted code, if while they are logging, not on the front end, on the back end, at least he may get the encrypted data. So how do you protect from hacker, or in the respect of, with respect to man in the middle, those who wants to capture the data between the server as well as a log analyzer? So there may be a chance. See, it's not mandated that every attacker will attack only the server. He may attack network where the log may takes place. So this methodology, while you are picking the logs, while collecting the logs, while doing the analysis, how your log production can be. So it should not be something like, see, it should not be tampered by any other guy. Even within your organization should not be touched. And again, at the end, log analysis. Most of the organization generally used to have system and network administrators are the log analyzers. Generally, if I see anywhere, if you are talking about, there are very less chances they used to have their only security analyzer separately. They used to have their system as well as traditionally they you can say network administrators only used to dig this analysis. But what they used to do, see, if the system administrator, he will always think about his services, they don't consider about security. If the networks administrator, he always thinks about his port, his source IP, his destination IP, is there any delay, is there any OSPF difference, is there any traffic congestion happening, he will always think with respect to that only. But there should be something called security administrator, or you can say security analyst, where he is most reliable guy. He can understand what is service, what is network, what is the domain, what is your organization. He must have every, if the only guy who has every exposure is called a security analyzer. That means in your organization there are something called, in your assets having something 100 plus logs, 100 plus servers. If there may be 200 routers, or you can say switches, there may be 20 to 30 L3 switches, there may be 100 plus 10,000 plus users. So these data basically can only known by security analyzers only. Why? Because he's the only guy who always sits in front of the log mechanism, and he start getting so much of information of your entire network. If anyone knows about entire your network, see, only network administrator knows what is his VLANs. But at the same point of the security analyzer also, or the security administrator also knows the what are the entire and different VLANs, and what is the standardization of that VLAN. What VLAN has what kind of permissions. But these things only known by basically this either network administrator and security administrator only. That's the reason. So security administrator has a very vital role to understand. So he must be something like very traditionally qualified towards all the services, how to know what are the basic services running, how it works, and what are the logs that can be generated. All this information should be known. This is one of the challenge by each and every security administrator. Why? Because you may be a AWS expert, you may be a database analyzer, you may be a services provider, you may be some VMware, or you can say cloud some architecture, you may be architect of some of the OS. But it is highly if you are most skilled, then if you have a most skilled personnel, then only something like this security analysis can be done very smoothly. Else you will face so much of issues while handling this log. So we have seen some security logs and all. So we have seen application logs. See, what is the architecture, what is the log generation. We have seen how with respect to architecture, what are the logs to be generated. See, we may have 10,000 plus logs in your organization, so to collect, that may be endpoints, that may be servers, but the condition is, so collecting of endpoint logs is necessary, or is it enough to collect either DHCP logs or AD logs or a DNS logs or any authentication logs and any antivirus log and any EDR logs? Is suppose that's sufficient for, instead of collecting endpoints? So there may be chances. So it is quite easy. The activity which you are doing as a user in your endpoint is by either by authentication of domain or by any VPN or by any shell. If you are collecting the logs of that thing, it is more than sufficient. If you are doing any malfunction activity, then in your system, if something goes wrong, then antivirus is there to look after. If there is the endpoint detection is there, and response EDR, that is endpoint detection and response. If you are doing any permission deny, that is you are tweaking the system, then this EDR is more sufficient to give the information. So collecting, you should be more smart. You should be more smart towards collecting of important logs. See, with respect to architecture, you should be more careful what are the logs should be collected. If you may have FI logs, you may have at the same point of, see, there used to be FI in your big IP, there used to have your GTM as well as LTM. So what are the logs can be more sufficient to collect, either GTM or LTM? It is more sufficient to collect GTM logs to have a global idea. If you want a deeper, then you can take the LTM of your see, LTM is having towards some administration, operational, and you can say some maintenance. So you can take a risk towards administration as well as maintenance, but you have to take care of your LTM of operational VLAN. So that is the most important concept. So whatever the logs coming from LTM towards your operational, that is a local traffic manager towards your ops VLAN, that should be only taken, is more than sufficient. So it's not mandatory that the LTM of administration, maintenance, you can take a risk. See, being a security analyzer, you have to take a risk to at least, but you can keep an eye. So that is the next area. If you are getting some you can say if something goes wrong towards your operational, then you should be more careful. So that is one of the area. What is the log generation? What is the log analysis and storage? Again, analysis is, again, we have discussed how to handle the analysis properly, how to handle, let's see, if the log comes, so if there is any alert is generated with respect to any rule or any anomaly, you can the signature, or if anything goes wrong, then you have to be analyzed and you can kept your particular thing as a storage area. See, when the storage area comes, there should have architecture level, there should be have 4 types of architecture. One is real time logs, that means active logs, that should be whenever you wanna check off last 1 month data, it should be ready in your log analysis system. There is something called cold data. You can keep as an archival, log archival at your system only, but in a zip format. Whenever you require, you can unzip it and make it as a useful purpose. And there is something called, warm data is something called near real time, and there is something called cold data. Cold data is something you can keep it as some destination server, as a, you can say, you can keep it as a SAN or NAS to get future prospect requirement within a 6 months data. You can say all 6 months data you can keep it over there. And when that comes to coldest is something called, already there is no use of that data as of now. Why? Because it's already completed 1 year. So the value of that log, that particular log has completed, but for the sake of future aspects, for the sake of future, you can say, you can show it to some auditors, or you can say if someone asks as a evidences, if something goes wrong and they are asking for some evidences, so at that time that log, that coldest data may be storage may be utilized. That coldest is something called, you can keep it in a hard drives, tapes, or very cheaper cost is something Blu-ray. Nowadays they used to have that tapes, logs used to be kept as, the coldest log is something like null and void only, but you can keep it for at least 1 year or 2 years as an organizational policy for the evidences purpose and all. So there are 4 types of architectures. One is active logs, you can say hot logs, that is you can keep it as for at least 1 month in your system itself. It should be readily checkable. And the second is warm logs, which can be considered as a archival. It kept in your system only, but in a archival mode at least for 3 months. That means first 1 month will be, and next 3 months will be in your archive, that is totally 4 months. And you can consider 6 months data from last 3 months, that is 4 months to 6 months, that is 10 months data. That last 6 months data will be after warm. You can consider last 6 months will be as your cold data, that you can store in your nearest SAN or nearest any server, you can say destination, that you can throw it over there as a cold data. And the coldest is something called, it is almost null and void, but according to the organization policy, they used to keep the data for the evidences purpose if something goes wrong. But there is a least chances used to be there for all these kind of things. So, and there is something called log monitoring. So over here, a console should be provided to all the operators for the sake of log monitoring, or you can say a big dashboard, or you can say a big screen should be provided for them to provide log monitoring purpose. Any decept or adding of new logs, any deleting of new logs, that should be readily shown in the system, so that is there any stoppage in your logs, or you can say if there is a delay, or you can say there is an inconsistency of log, is there any misbehaving of your log mechanism, if there is a sudden high traffic was generated, or you can say heavy logs will be generated, then at that point of time you need the monitoring personnel should be taken care. So according to the architecture, these should be provided to you can say as a management part. There is a functional part is there. In a functional part, general, what is general? General consists of you can say log parsing. So as I told you, in general you have to at least for everything there should be a major concept of event description, event source, event destination, event port, source port and destination ports. These are the basic things. It should be, the log should be parsed towards these properties and get the information. And the storage, as we have discussed, analysis, as we have discussed, disposal. See you are keeping the coldest data, and when they come to the point of disposal, the disposal should be according to organization policy. Again, there may be a null and void data, after some 2 years or 3 years, and after it should not mean that you just throw into dustbin, or you can say you can just erase and kept it hard disk openly available. Someone can be extracted data to find out your organizational standards. See, if you see logs may give the so much of information, though it looks like a log, it gives the information something like you are having these many areas, these many IPS, these many data centers, these many different type of firewalls. This is the your till that last 2 years your system having this much of vulnerabilities. You can say these many assets there was there. These are the network structure basically. So these many information used to be there. So this is one something called very confidential information, and the number of users password, if it is plain text somewhere it is coming. So you should be more careful towards all these things. While disposing your data, you should be something like the data should be erased permanently, and it should not be recoverable. So logs looks like very simple for a one, but when it comes to the matter of a big environment, it has so much of information. Though it looks like very easy, so log has really, it's a the people think of that log is a non-critical server. Log servers used to be considered as a non-critical server, but it has so much of information. So consider this log management is a very big aspect. So it is not that much easy that log management of these many standards and approaches towards even with respect to generation and architecture, you can say analysis and till disposal. So syslog based centralized loggings format. So we can see there is this is what called syslog based format. It always starts from month, day and time. Generally syslog doesn't provide the year, and this is what called this server one over here, it is something called log source identifier, where the log is coming, and this is the service it is providing, and this is the process ID, and this you can say whether it is accepted, denied the data, what is the description, from which server, from which client, you can say from this is a source IP, and this is a source port, and this is the you can say destination port, this is 22. So someone wants to join. Okay, so this is how you can consider syslog format. So this is just I just want to add it today only, is how the syslog format looks like. So the very variety of the information we have seen, how what is log, and what are the types of logs that are available, and you can say log management infrastructure. See, there is some planning is there, so it is an operational process which you can consider. See, if you go into deep, there are so many things that are available, but for the sake of general log management purpose, and this is of something like, say, planning and operational process is regarding again how your planning can be taken place. We have discussed some of the things in between infrastructure and log management only. So planning is something, what are the logs to be taken care of, and how the process will be in operational process. The troubleshooting mechanism is something like, say, while collecting the logs, what are the methodology should be used, something, what the protocol should be maintained, whether it should be TCP or a UDP. For so sophisticated logs, sometimes you can use something called TLS TCP, that is over security layer. You can start collecting the logs, but some of the logs may not be that much important, something like informational logs that you can collect it from UDP. So something like that. So you have your scope of options. So you can utilize many of the way to use these log management to get the logs from various log sources to your destination server. That is what called, you can say, from here onwards I consider with respect to QRadar only. So whenever you are collecting logs from log source is something like where your logs are start sending from where you are sending data to QRadar is called as log source. And over you can hear someone said digesting. Digesting is a word of some ArcSight and all. or you can say Splunk, or there also they can say they are digesting. You are sending, it's a event collecting. You are collecting, there is a collector used to be there. We will talk about these data tomorrow with respect to all these. So this is a process of log management where you can see where various levels. Log is a combination of multiple events that was occurred in your system, and followed by what are the different logs that can be considerably collected from cyber world. That is you can say security software, operating system, application, and there are so many things. See, you can consider there a network system is there. If you consider there is a mobile, there is a wireless. So if you start considering, there are so many things. If you can thought of IoT systems, you can say see, nowadays there are smart security systems start getting available. So those logs can also integrated. So there is nevertheless, you can add any log to your log manager, or you can say log analyzer. So once you started getting the logs, you start to analyze the logs, and you should get the information according to the information. Either if there is a approachability towards the log is there, then there is no issue. But if it is not there, you have to be processed according to your requirement. That is, manually processed logs may be requirement to make the system automated. So you are making something like log analysis server to make that particular logs to be understandable, to provide some meaningful information by using regular expressions, JSON expressions, LEF expressions. So there are so many methods to collect some custom properties with respect to any unknown logs. So we will talk about those things in future aspects. Okay. So need of the logs, we said, challenges we said, we discussed, log generation and storage, log protection analysis we discussed, and we have seen how security logs or normal logs looks like, and architecture, function, and syslog based. This is nothing but I want to just show how the syslog looks like. And SIEM is something like the automated tool where the log has a capability of auto integration and auto intelligence, and you can say that is a AI intelligence is there, artificial intelligence is there, and followed by correlation, event correlation, along with the flow integration that can be easily understood by this SIEM tool by using Elasticsearch. By using Elasticsearch, there is a methodology called Elasticsearch. Whenever there is a it finds something source IP, it will start linking with other source IP which may be available in other data sources. So that is what called Elasticsearch. So methodology is there, but see, it has a different scope. So I am not discussing much thing. Additional type of log management software. There are so many log management softwares are available in your organization. See, there may be a by default they used to have something as client server architecture, where client used to, or you can say agent used to send the logs. There is something called rsyslog mechanism for general Linux purpose. There is some in syslog format also. There are so many methodologies types. That is again I said TCP UDP and all we discussed. And there is something called SMB based there is something called pulling. So if you are throwing some logs in a shared location and you are pulling that logs from that particular shared location, that is called SMB based collection log. There is something called database, that is ODBC connectors and JDBC connectors used to be there to send the logs. And there are many other ways. So according to your organization's requirement, you can use those type of particular software, or you can say methodology, to send the logs from your log source to the QRadar, or you can say any log analysis. So this guy, and there is something called open source interconnection, that is OSI layers. People might know all these things, but still I want to explain what are the things that can be extracted with respect to log analysis. So in a open layer 7, there are total 7 layers are available. For each layer we can consider, in a physical you will get bits and bytes of information, and data links, where the data in terms of frames, where you will get the data in terms of frames, and these frames will also give the information towards your MAC addresses, source MAC, source destination. As well as in network, it will be in terms of packets, and it will be provided something information something like source IP, destination IP, and transport. Over here you will get the considerable activities. So whether it is a TCP connection or a UDP connection. If it is a TCP connection, what is the port? Over here it is a considerable ports only. Transport is a considerable ports that from here onwards the data is in segments then is a bunch of packets. Okay, so in packets it's a considerably port 80, port 443, or you can say whether it is a session or port 20, 21, whether it is a mail data, whether it is something like, see what is the kind of transportation, for whether it is for mail, for web, for any application, for any database or any services, whether any authentication, so like that. So you can use this information over here. And session, whether it is a session oriented or sessionless oriented. So what is meant by session? That is something called TCP, that is transmission control protocol, whether there may be a three-way handshaking is there, or this particular session may not have that particular handshake and it only starts sending, it don't require any acknowledgement of data. So we will come to know in a presentation what is the type of encoding and encrypting. There is something called encoding and there is something called encrypting. Can anyone say difference between encoding and encrypting? Encoding is something called your language. See, we have discussed something like Telugu, Hindi, English. These are the encoding technologies. See, something like docs format, that is DOCX is a format. JPG is a format. This is the encoding format. Whenever there is a JPG, that is an image. Doc is a file. PPT is a presentation file. Excel is a Excel sheet. So like that, this is the encoding methodology. You can easily understand. It's a human readable and you can understand. Encrypting is something you are doing using some algorithm. You are hashing that particular available encoding, or you can say you are adding some hashing to your available data so that it can't be human readable. Encrypting. Someone wants to ask?
Sorry.
So in encryption, there used to be a mechanism to make your data is unreadable, or you can say there should be a mechanism. There should be a key. There should be something called a mechanism, something like A equal to B, B equal to C, something like. So there may be any mechanism. There are so many mechanisms are available, and there is also something called tunnels. Some tunnels. See this SSL tunnel or TLS tunnel. So through this particular data can be flown, or you can say this particular has some public key, private key. So there are so many methods to send the data by using encryption methodology. And at the same time, this encoding methodology is something like if I am sending something like in Telugu, I may understand and all the Telugu guys may understand, but Hindi guy may not understand. So like that, if you want to open this particular doc file in JPG editor, it is openable, it is not openable, something like. Okay, so encoding is something like you can read, it is a human readable, but it is having some extension to understand the see, there's a English, there's a Hindi, something like. Okay. Finally, the application considers all browsers, you can say lastly final human readable data. Over here the data will be in human readable format. There may be HTTP, FTP, IRC chart, you can say SSH session, DNS session, or you can say LDAP authentication done successfully. All these things will be shown over here. So these are so why I am explaining all this. This will be helpful in further our classes. I will ask whether there is a source MAC is there, it is in which layer. I may ask what is the source IP, where it will looks like, what is the source port, where it looks like, if it is a UDP packet, where it will be looks like, where the data comes from, on which layer it is showing. So that the UDP data is from session layer. If you find that there are set of some hashes, so where this data is collected, from where this data is collected, from layer 6 this data has been collected. If there is a HTTP 1 version is collected, so where that from application layer, you can say this is from application layer this HTTP 1.0, or you can say Firefox browser 84.0 or 86.0, your data got extracted from layer 7. So basically, logs may get from only up to layer 3 and layer 4 information. But some of the logs, see, if the log is exclusively collected of that particular application, that is different. Generally, logs may give up to the information of layer 3 only, layer 3, most of them layer 4. But this flows will give up to that. There are some flows, there are some various flows, net flow, Q flow, J flow, there are so many flows. So we will talk about those flows. What are the flow, the flow which is giving what are the information. See, there's a net flow, what are the information it will provide. Q flow, what are the information that will, how to configure Q flow, how to configure net flow. So I can give a brief introduction, but I may not connect that net logs. I may show to by using some demo logs instead of connecting some source. Why? Because I don't have any network source. Okay. So see, we have discussed the same over here also. Organization into frames, provided hop to hop delivery, move to packets. It is in proper. See the same thing, whichever we have discussed in this all 7 layers. So send us receive data, how it is, and these for these 3 it will be on the hardware part, is a heart, and this is a software part, upper layer. So these are some basic ideas, so that if we are talking towards session, presentation, application, we will discuss about applications only. If we are talking of network data and physical, we will always think about the switch, router, or you can say any system, or you can say any something. And transport is again the data, actual data, what is processing within successful delivery or a failure delivery or something. So any doubts, guys? Actually, it is somewhat delay already. It is too.
Vishnu,
Yeah, I'm getting
one thing about can you explain the log generation again once?
a log generation. So
Yeah.
so okay, log generation, as you people are having, see, in your organization you may have some set of 10,000 servers. You can say there are some 10,000. So you can say there are 10,000 equipments are available. It may be EDs and EDR. You can say endpoints. It may be servers. There may be switches. There may be L3. You can say perimeter firewall, or you can say there is IPS, IDS. So log generation is something called, you need to collect the logs from where you are generating the logs. See, everywhere logs may be generated, but it keep it with the system only. Collecting the log is one of the most important part. So if we talk about as we have discussed, see, these are the security software we have discussed about security software. So in your organization is having something like see, for security logs, if there is an anti-malware software, see, okay, by default your organization having 10,000 users, who is having 10,000 laptops. So is it mandatorily is required to collect 10,000 users agent-based logs to your log manager? You can say any log management software. So it
No.
is something like foolishness. You are just making the system, you can say network congestion. You are doing just congesting your network only. You are making that you are generating just traffic in the network without, and you are consuming bandwidth. Instead of getting that systems data, end user data, you may collect the data from antivirus server first and foremost. And if there is a domain is there, you can collect the data from domain server. And if there is a DHCP is there, what is the IP that is provided to that particular system that can be getting and there is something like EDR is there, if is there any malfunction is happening, and is there any anti-malware, if there is any activity of your you can say malware issue, is there some signatures, malicious signatures that has been infected with the particular thing. See, these 5 categories is more than sufficient to get the information from one endpoint user. Okay, so that is what I am saying, that log generation is something called, you should be more careful. What are the logs should be, you should collect. So collecting of and there is something called, again you can select. See, there is something called audit success, audit failure. So if I am start taking the log, something called audit shutdown. So okay, shutdown, there is a common activity. Startup is a common activity. It's okay. So something like you don't want this log shutdown and startup activity of your logs. You can exclude that at your that particular server level, or you can say you can exclude that at your you can say in agent or agentless. You can exclude by event ID, or you can say in your system also, in your curator also, you can make it as a false positive, and you can think that this, but you can tune the system to according to your requirement. That is what the log generation basically. See, if I go towards log generation, yeah, example, if you're collecting the logs of firewall, perimeter firewall, so at the same point of time you are tapping some nearest some router also. So either you take the perimeter firewall logs, or you can take the nearest router logs. Both are almost similar, or you may get more information in router itself instead of getting from your perimeter firewall. You can say there's a UTM is there, there's an IPS IDS is there. Either you can take it from IPS IDS, or you can take it from UTM. You can take from both. That's not a deal. If your organization having the capability, then you can take. You can collect all 10,000 users data if your system is capable enough. But generally, every system has some limitations. So we need to be more it should be more smart. So what are the things to be collected? See, something like I already told you, there's a GTM and there's a LTM. So in a global traffic, if once it is coming from some web proxy, it is already touched your global traffic manager. If you are collecting the GTM traffic, so it's need not to again collect the LTM traffic, but you want to collect some specific VLAN traffic, you can just use that LTM specific VLAN data only to be captured. So there is a methodology to collect. See, there is a one global LTM. There is a one GTM, and there is a 5 LTMs in your organization is there. So once this one request has touched this GTM in F5, if it is sending to some administrator, operational, and you can say maintenance LAN, so you can take a risk to you need not to touch these logs of administration. There is no that much of validity for that, you can say importance for that administration task. Why? Because there is no operational activities happen, there is no confidential activities happen. So you may not take the you can say collect the logs of administrators VLAN. So at that time GTM the entire logs is available at GTM. So it has some basic idea. If you are finding something suspicious in GTM logs, then you can go towards your LTM logs to be collected at that time. So there is a feasibility. So you have to be more concentrated. If logs are coming, is there any other related logs are already reached, or you can say is there any more information already is getting reached by other resources? Is more than sufficient. So we need to be more careful towards log generation.
Okay.
And any other doubts? Any other doubts? Just let me know.
Hello. Yeah, I want to know about DSM.
DSM. So don't worry, we will talk about perfect DSM. We will have one day class towards DSM.
No, means actually it is used for collecting the logs, or it is used to convert it into a different format of human readable format.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. What you are saying, that the last part is that actually DSM will help you to pick some properties in your log. See, there is a generic. See, this is a raw log. If you are finding this is a raw log from here to here, it is quite difficult to understand each and every log. See, if it is highly impossible to go and read 3rd March 2006, 8/14, 17. There is a rule called block. Windows file sharing block from this source, and you cannot write in a one plain paper, and you should take it as a record. So instead of doing that, it will pick entire as a property. This time it will pick this this date it will pick as a property, this time will pick as a property, this rule pick as a property, block is picked as a property, this source IP is picked as a property, this port pick as a property, this port name pick as a property, and it will give in a human readable information. Something like, see, if I go towards my if I'll show you something in QRadar, you will come to know. sorry. Hey, what happens daily? See if I go in log activity. So the event name, log source, time, see time, it is giving some time only. From the raw log, it is giving the time. It is giving the source IP. It is giving the source port. If it is not there, it usually provides 0 or NA. Then it is trying to pick up some username. It is giving some destination port. It is giving some event count. What is the event count? What is the coalescing event count? We will talk. That is about what is the log source, from where the log is collecting from. What is the event name that is according to QRadar. It is collected by QRadar and processed and provided with this name. So how to get all this information from a raw log? How the raw log looks like? If you go and see in here, it is a raw log, raw events. It will be show something like this. You'll get only 3 things. What is the start time? What is the log source? And entire log payload. It is something like, it is highly impossible to read this time. This is the thread, and this is the knot, and this is the see. You can't even understand anything. So this is the payload. You can consider as a raw event. See, each payload means one raw event. This is a one raw event from one log. That may be any log. Here it is from local logs only. That's why it is giving some encrypted data. So, but there is a meaning again. If you go and see the entire thing, if you read, then you can get it. No issue. So this is what a raw event, and a DSM will pick the exact information. So this source system notification tool is the standard DSM standard. So we will talk about DSM. No issues. So we will have a beautiful class towards that. It has really a good meaningful information. What is the DSM and what is the event and what is the property basically. We will talk. What is a raw log, what is a normalized log. We will talk. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay guys. So that's all for the day guys. It's already too delay. I have another thing.